ياسمين بدنا نعمل 40 ضايل 10 و10. ثالث مرة. 1 2 3 4 5 13 14 رح نخلي رمسة جديدة للآخر عشان ما تاخدش وقت أكثر من اللازم. بس بدنا نبلش قبل ما نبدأ في الإشعار.
مش رح أقول معلش وأسامحك، مش رح أقول قلبي الطيب ياما وراني، مش رح أقول مش رح
عادي عادي عادي. تعالوا أو يتكلم.
My name is Yasmin Khatamish. I'm a dancer in the Fanoon dance group, and I'm 20 years old. I've been dancing since I was 6 years old, and it's my passion because I dance dabke, which is part of our traditions, here in Palestine, which is very important for us as Palestinians living under the occupation.
My parents, they enrolled me in this in the Popular Arts Center where there are dance classes, which I took. And then as I grew up, I decided to stay in this group and to keep on dancing, because I felt that through it I could truly express myself, and that through it I was actually doing something, because around here sometimes you feel that there's nothing to do. So being in a group and actually dancing makes you feel alive.
You want to be professional in this issue? It's only
it's only a hobby, because I'm studying at Birzeit University, and this is the career that I hope that I would do.
And it's hard to take it as something that you only do in your life, nothing else, because there isn't many options here in Palestine for you to be only a professional dancer and nothing else. Because the Israelis try to take everything that is Palestinian and in a way make it theirs, or that it belongs to them. Even food, the traditional Palestinian food, they take it and make it like it's an Israeli traditional food. So dabka is one thing that we are very proud of, and that we could say it is part of our history and part of our tradition and culture. And to keep it going and to show it to people here in Palestine and outside Palestine, it's a way of showing that there is a Palestinian society living here in Palestine, and to show what's happening to us.
Dancing internationally and locally, it's like a message to the world that we still exist, we have a culture, we're here, we're occupied, and also it's a way of resistance. I mean, you see people like resisting in different ways, politically, whatever. For me, it's the way of resisting. It's a way of fighting and refusing occupation. My name is Ruba Zadmouri. I'm 20 years old. I've been dancing since I was 6 years old. For me, it all started because Khaled Katamish, the director of the group, was a friend of my family. So, like when they started the whole group of the youngers, my parents decided to enroll me here. So I grew up with al-funun, and the dabki thing is in my blood. So it's a way of like going on in my life, and now I just can't live without it. It's a part of my life. And of course, it's a way of resistance. It's something that I always do. It's the only thing I do other than studying and just being around with family and friends. And it helps a lot.
Stopped learning it and doing it in weddings as much as they used to do it before. Like you could feel that it was being lost through one generation and another. But by teaching it to the little kids, that's how you keep it going. Because if the little kids know how to do it, then they'll just teach it to their kids, and so on. So yeah, it's just you have to teach it to the little kids, so it keeps on going and it doesn't go away.
Because you are conserving, but at the same time, you are modernizing.
Yes.
So
yes.
you are doing something different with that. You know?
That's exactly it, because in order to stay alive in this world, and in order to stay in touch with the world, you have to keep your roots and to stay, special in some way. You have to keep your society special in some way. But at the same time, you have to develop, and you have to go on with the world. And this is the threat of globalization, because it might just just pull you into it and make you forget your roots. And this is probably what Afroon is doing. It's keeping the roots, but at the same time, we're going on with the road. We're not isolated.
We're trying to make it tell a story. We're trying to make it tell what's going on here, what has happened in the past 50 years here in Palestine. And to make the people outside Palestine understand. If you're just going to go and show them a traditional dance, they're not going to know exactly what you're saying because they've never seen that before, so they wouldn't really understand what you're doing in front of them. But if you make it in a way for them to understand it, something close to their culture, and at the same time it has some of your culture, it's easier for them to understand and know what you're trying to tell them.
Honest feelings that we send to the world. When we're happy, we are happy. We send happiness from deep inside. When we're sad, we are sad. So when there's people watching us, they can feel us because it's true, because it's honest, because it comes from deep inside of us, from our hearts,
بصور عشان
كثير مشاكل. عندنا مشكلة بالتشكيلة، خالد لازم تراجعها الحركات. في نقص دائما في التشكيلة من جميع الجهات، مش عارف في حدا ناقص اليوم، ياسمين مش فيها مش هيك؟ كل واحد يتذكر محله. انت ورا سجا يمكن ورا سجا. حسين ورا سجا المفروض لانه سجا في بنتين شاب. لا هاي البداية.
Because this is my way of resisting the occupation, and it's my way of showing that I am not sitting back and doing nothing and feeling sorry for myself for what is happening to me in my country. I have the right, this is my right, and my way to freeing my land is through dance and through proving that there is a heritage. I do exist, my grandparents exist, my grandparents exist, and we lived and died, and we're going to die on this land. And this is why I dance, because I don't believe that art is just for the sake of art. Resistance is basically we, as the oppressed, have every right to resist in any way we want to resist. Violence or non-violence, each one has their way. I cannot carry a gun and shoot someone, but I can dance. But I do not say that this person is doing it. Each Palestinian has the right to resist in their own way because we are under occupation. And even in my dance, and when we dance in our productions, in our dances, we make it clear that we have the right to resist in our own way, whichever way we want.
Where are you from? Yeah, you have passport?
¿Cómo estás?
15 years ago, perform in Jerusalem. Okay, it was also forbidden to perform in the venues, but Jerusalem itself we were able to reach. Now we can't perform even in Jerusalem. We need a permit to our own land. Our dream is to perform in Gaza, but we cannot perform in Gaza, and we cannot step foot in Gaza, none of us, not one member of us. And that's sad because we reached not only different countries in Europe, the US, the Arab world, did I forget any continent? We've reached almost the whole world except in our own country, which is Gaza. It's the only place we're not allowed. We are allowed to go anywhere else. Even in the West Bank, it's very difficult now for us to organize any performance. We want to go to Nablus, to Bethlehem, it takes, a lot to organize, and it takes, people are not in touch with each other anymore. It used to be that when El Fnoun does a performance in Birzeit village, there was a big stage, there was a Palestine International Festival then, 3,000 people would come from different villages, from different cities in the West Bank. Now you can't do that anymore because there's so many checkpoints. There's the wall that's been put by Israel, and Palestinians cannot even go farther than their backyard. So it's very, very tight right now. And what people cannot understand, that's what's difficult, that people cannot understand that, comprehend that. Imagine if you're living, your boundaries is your neighborhood. You cannot go further than 2 blocks away.
No, thanks.
Where are you going? No call. You need taxi. No call, man.
Thank you.